the choices that I made, with dust upon my old boots and a heart worn down by shame. Every night felt cold and empty, like the moon forgot to shine, and every prayer I whispered felt too late to reach the sky. There's an old church stop outside Memphis where I pulled in late last night, trying hard to hide the shaking that I carried deep inside. I sat beneath the neon glow with trembling in my hands, wondering if heaven still had room for a broken man. Then the rain began falling softly against the hood outside, and somewhere through the silence I heard hope come alive. Heaven hears a broken man, even when he can't stand strong, even when the road behind him feels too dark to carry on. Mercy moves through shattered hearts and finds the lost again. I know because heaven heard this broken man. I was drowning in the silence with no strength left in my hands, but grace reached through the darkness and pulled me back again. There's a little church beside the highway, standing tight against the wind. Its windows glow like fire for the souls trying to begin again. I walked in soaked by midnight rain, with my head hung low in shame, trying hard to hide the wreckage of everything I became. Then the preacher spoke of mercy for the weary and the lost, and every word felt heavy like thunder from the cross. The choir started singing softly, and something broke in me, like chains I carried for years, finally got released. Every scar inside my spirit started losing all its weight, like heaven wrapped its arms around me and called me by my name. Heaven hears a broken man when the world just turns away, when the weight of all his failures makes him scared to even pray. Grace still walks through lonely nights and reaches through the pain. I know because heaven heard this broken man again. Now the darkness feels much smaller than it did back then, since mercy found and healed this broken man. Oh yeah. Maybe God still loves the weary and the souls worn down by life. Maybe grace shines brightest in the middle of the night. Maybe broken roads and heartache were never there in vain. Maybe heaven builds redemption inside our deepest pain. And maybe every storm I walk through, every wound and every scar, was only leading me toward mercy, exactly where you are. Heaven hears a broken man, and tonight I finally know that mercy never stopped pursuing me down every broken road. Now revival fills my spirit where the fear once used to stand, and grace has rebuilt the pieces of this broken man. Tennessee sky, and somewhere through the silence I felt heaven by my side. I was born where the river bends, through fields of rust and pain, where the storms roll low through the delta, and men learn how to hide their shame. Daddy worked the docks till midnight, Mama prayed beside the bed, and somewhere between the whiskey and the gospel, part of me went dead. Spent years running southbound, trying to outrun what I'd done. Every road felt cursed beneath me, every sunrise weighed a ton. There were nights beside the river where I talked to God alone. There's a muddy water carry all the pieces I had broken. The thunder rolled like judgment through the darkness overhead, and something deep inside me started waking from the dead. I got baptized in the river mud, where mercy washed me clean, with trembling hands and broken prayers and scars no one had seen. The water mixed with all my pain and carried it away. Now heaven moves inside my soul like thunder through the rain. I was drowning in my silence till grace pulled me from the flood. The night I got baptized in the river mud. There's an old church by the bayou, half forgotten by the town. Its wooden walls still echo with the songs of broken souls found. I walked in soaked by midnight rain, with dark beneath my nails, carrying every sin I buried, every wound and every failure. The preacher looked right through me like he knew the war inside, and when the choir started singing, something in me came alive. Then we walked down to the river underneath the stormlit sky, and I felt the chains around me finally begin to die. Every fear I tried to bury rose and vanished in the tide, and the man I was for years stayed buried there that night. I got baptized in the river mud, where heaven touched my soul, where grace moved through the darkness and finally made me whole. I was lost beneath the weight of every sin and every scar, but mercy reached down through the water and pulled me from the dark. Now redemption flows within me like a fire through my blood. Ever since I got baptized in the river mud. Maybe God still walks the back roads, and the rivers rivers filled with pain. Maybe grace still finds the weary standing helpless in the rain. Maybe broken men need muddy water to finally understand that heaven ain't afraid to reach us with mercy in its hands. And maybe every storm I walk through, every road that nearly killed, was leading to that riverbank where grace and blood were spilled. I got baptized in the river mud, and the old me washed away. Now revival burns inside my chest like lightning through the rain. Every scar became a witness, every wound became a song, and heaven turned this broken soul into where I belong. Now the river keeps on moving, but my heart ain't who it was since the night I got baptized in the river mud. In the river mud. The storm rolled past the bayou, the storm broke through the trees, and somewhere through the river wind I felt heaven breathe on me. There's a road that winds through Carolina, past the fields and rusted signs, where the fog hangs low each morning like old memories in my mind. I drove there after losing everything I tried to hold, with a suitcase full of sorrow and a heart gone dark and cold. There were pine trees swaying slowly underneath the pale gray sky, and every mile felt heavy like a prayer too tired to rise. Then I heard church bells ringing somewhere far beyond the trees, like heaven calling softly to the wreckage left in me. The sound rolled through the mountains like mercy through the rain, and something deep inside me started breathing once again. Church bells through the pines, calling broken souls back home, through every storm and silence, through every road alone. I was lost inside my sorrow, with no strength left in my faith, but heaven kept on singing till the darkness drifted away. Now every note reminds me grace still shines through desperate times. Whenever I hear those church bells through the pines, found a little wooden chapel standing warm against the wind. Its walls held generations of wounded hearts healed within. There was an old man in the corner praying softly by himself, and tears ran down his weathered face like he'd survived his own hell. He looked at me and smiled gently, like he somehow understood the weight of all the silence I've been carrying for good. Then the choir started singing about but mercy moved through every echo and rebuilt my shattered heart. Now the road ahead feels different since grace opened up my eyes. The day I heard those church bells through the pines. Maybe God still speaks in whispers through the mountains and the trees. Maybe grace still finds the broken when they fall down to their knees. Maybe every road of sorrow leads us somewhere we can heal. Maybe heaven hides redemption inside wounds we thought were real. Maybe all the storms behind me were never there to end my life. Maybe they were only leading me to those bells beyond the pines. Church bells through the pines, now they sound like freedom calling. Every scar inside my spirit finally stopped falling. I can feel revival rising like sunrise through the rain, and the man I was keeps fading with every prayer I say. Now heaven feels much closer than it ever did before, since I heard those church bells through the pines once more. The morning light broke softly across the Carolina sky, and somewhere through the pine trees I felt peace come alive. There's lightning over Mississippi and smoke hanging in the air. The radio keeps playing old hymns like heaven's trying to get somewhere. I've been driving down Highway 61 with my demons in the backseat, trying hard to keep my soul alive while the darkness hunts for me. Every mile feels like judgment, every sign looks like my past, and the sins I thought were buried keep rising through the glass. I stopped outside a rundown diner near the edge of Baton Rouge, with trembling in my tired hands and nothing left to lose. Chains and waking dead hearts with revival in his eyes. I was drowning in the darkness with no strength left in my soul. But mercy rode beside me and refused to let me go. Now the fire inside my spirit burns brighter than the sun, since I met the Holy Ghost on Highway 61. standing just outside of town, with muddy boots and broken people gathered all around. The preacher's voice sounds weathered, like a man who's seen the pain, and every word hits harder than the thunder and the rain. The choir starts singing louder as lightning splits the sky, and something deep inside me finally comes alive. I fall down there beside the altar with tears upon my face, as heaven moves through every wound like rivers filled with grace. All the fear that tried to own me started fading in the storm, like the Spirit reached into my darkness and pulled me toward the Lord. There's a Holy Ghost on Highway 61, calling weary souls by name, moving through the wreckage and setting hearts aflame. I was buried in the silence, trying hard to numb the ache, but heaven crashed into my darkness till my soul began to wake. Now redemption runs like thunder through every shattered part, since I met the Holy Ghost out there in the dark. Maybe God still walks the highways, searching for the lost. Maybe grace still breaks through darkness at the foot of every cross. Maybe broken men like me are never too far gone. Maybe heaven builds revival inside hearts barely hanging on. And maybe every storm I walk through, every road that nearly killed, was leading me toward mercy and the fire I finally feel. There's a Holy Ghost on Highway 61, and tonight my soul is free. Every chain that once controlled me fell into eternity. Now the road ahead keeps glowing like sunrise after rain. Heaven turned this broken life into something born again. I can hear revival rising through the thunder once again, since I met the Holy Ghost on Highway 61. The storm rolled down the highway as dawn broke through the trees, and somewhere through the morning wind I felt heaven breathe on me. I've been driving through Arizona with the sunset in my eyes, trying hard to outrun memories that still haunt me every night. There's a Bible on the dashboard and a photograph of home, but somewhere along these highways I forgot where I belong. Every town starts looking empty when your soul feels worn that thin. Every mile becomes a question about the man you might have been. I stopped at an old diner where the waitress softly smiled, like she could see the broken pieces hiding underneath my pride. The desert wind kept whispering through the darkness and the dust, like heaven still believed in me, even when I lost my trust. It's a long way home to grace, through the storms and through the pain, through every road that nearly killed me, and every drop of rain. I was running from forgiveness like a man afraid of life, but mercy kept on calling me through every lonely night. Now the miles behind me feel lighter than they did, 'cause heaven never stopped loving me, even when I hear. Even when I hear. Oh, there's a church outside of Phoenix, standing warm beneath the sky. Its windows glow like fire as the evening rolls by. I walked in with shaking hands and dust upon my boots, carrying all the guilt that years of running produced. The preacher spoke of weary souls who thought they'd gone too far, and every word kept hitting like lightning through my heart. Then the choir started rising like thunder, soft and low, and the chains around my spirit started letting go. Every lie that once controlled me started fading in the dark, like grace was rebuilding slowly every shattered part. It's a long way home to grace when your heart is filled with shame, when you spent your whole life hiding from the sound of Jesus' name. I was drowning in the silence with no road left inside, but heaven lit a fire for me in the middle of the night. Now the road ahead keeps glowing like sunrise through the rain, and every mile keeps leading me back home to grace. Maybe God still walks beside us even when we lose our way. Maybe mercy never leaves us even when our faith breaks. Maybe all these broken highways and the storms I barely survived were leading me toward redemption the whole entire time. And maybe grace feels deeper when you've seen your darkest days. Maybe heaven builds revival inside hearts that almost break. Oh, it's a long way home to grace, but I finally see the light. Every scar became a witness to the mercy in my life. Now the fear that used to haunt me lost its power in the rain. The man I was keeps fading with every prayer I pray. Now heaven feels much closer than it ever did before, since mercy let this broken soul back home once more. Oh, back home once more. The desert sky turned golden as dawn rolled through the hills, and somewhere in the silence I finally learned to heal. There's a storm moving through Kentucky, and the night feels cold as stone. I've been sitting on this front porch, trying hard not to feel alone. Every bad decision follows me like footprints in the mud, and every scar I carry still tastes a little bit like blood. I thought freedom meant running till I ran out of places to hide. Now the silence hits so heavy, it feels like drowning inside. There's an old hymn playing softly from the radio down the hall, and tonight, for the first time in years, I finally hear the call. The wind moved through the pine trees like heaven breathing low, and something in my spirit started letting go. Lord, don't let me drift too far from your light. I've been fighting all these shadows almost every night. I was losing pieces of myself, trying hard to survive, but mercy keeps on pulling me back toward life. Lord, don't let me wander till my soul forgets your name. Hold me through the darkness and the pouring rain. There's a church beside the river where my mama used to pray. She'd cry for heaven's mercy every time I walked away. I never understood her tears till the road wore down my pride, till the weight of all my failures started crushing me alive. I walked into that little church with mud upon my boots, and every pew felt heavy with the things I couldn't undo. Then the choir started singing about grace that never leaves, and something deep within me finally started to breathe. All the fear I tried to bury rose and vanished with the song, like heaven wrapped around me and told me I belong. Lord, don't let me drift back into the storm. I've spent too many nights out there trying to stay warm. I was drowning in the silence with no strength left in my soul, but mercy kept on reaching till you brought me home. Lord, don't let me lose the fire you gave to me. Keep my weary heart alive and finally set it free. Maybe grace still finds the weary when they're barely hanging on. Maybe God still walks beside us, even when our faith feels gone. Maybe every road I wander, every wound and every scar was leading me toward mercy, exactly where you are. And maybe broken hearts are places where revival first begins. Maybe heaven loves rebuilding the souls this world condemns. Lord, don't let me drift. Now I finally see that every storm behind me was bringing me to peace. Now the chains that once controlled me lie buried in the rain, and heaven turned this shattered soul into something changed. Oh Lord, don't let me wander from the mercy that saved my life. Keep this fire burning in me through every darkest night. Darkest night. Storm rolled past the valley as dawn touched the countryside, and somewhere in the quiet I felt heaven by my side. There's a whistle in the distance, rolling through the dell tonight, like heaven breaking through the darkness with a holy candlelight. I was sitting by the railroad with dirt upon my hands, trying hard to hide the wreckage of a life I couldn't mend. Every bad choice kept on haunting me, like chains around my soul. And every road I wandered down just left me more alone. I spent years chasing freedom at the bottom of a glass, till I woke up somewhere broken, with my future in the past. Then the wind began to tremble and the tracks began to shake, like mercy moving toward me, telling me to wait. There's a redemption train coming, rolling through the rain, carrying mercy for the broken and healing for the pain. I can hear still sings beside the tracks, telling worn-out souls like mine that heaven wants us back. I stood there in the thunder while the choir raised their hands, and every word hit harder than the weight of all my sins. Then lightning split the black sky and rain poured down like grace, as tears mixed with the muddy ground running down my face. And somewhere in that moment I felt chains begin to fall, like heaven stepped into my darkness and shattered every wall. The fear that tried to own me started fading in the storm, and something deep within me finally felt reborn. There's a redemption train coming through the midnight and the mud, carrying grace for sinners and mercy written in blood. I was drowning in my silence, trying hard to numb the ache, but heaven kept pursuing me till my soul began to wake. Now revival burns within me like thunder through my veins, since the redemption train came rolling through the rain. Maybe God still rides the railways, searching for the lost. Maybe grace still breaks through darkness at the foot of every cross. Maybe broken men like me are never too far gone. Maybe heaven builds redemption in hearts that carry storms. And maybe every mile of sorrow, every road that led to shame, was guiding me toward mercy on that redemption train. There's a redemption train coming, and I can hear it loud tonight. Every chain around my spirit falling in the light. Now the man I was is fading like shadows after rain, and heaven turned this broken soul into something born again. I can hear revival rising through the thunder once again, since the redemption train came rolling through the rain. The whistle echoed softly as dawn broke through the trees, and somewhere past the horizon I felt heaven calling me. I've been sleeping in the shadows of the choices that I made, with a heart full of regrets and a soul worn down by shame. Every highway led to nowhere, every bar became the same, trying hard to kill the silence, but the silence knew my name. There's a worn out leather Bible on the passenger side seat, and a cross hanging from the mirror that still watches over me. I keep driving through the midnight like a man too tired to run, trying to outrun the darkness and the things that I've become. But somewhere through the thunder and the rain against the glass, I heard mercy calling softly, like forgiveness from the past. I'm somewhere between sin and grace, between the hurt and the healing, between the man I used to be and the one redemption's building. I've been lost inside the fire with these chains around my soul, but heaven keeps on reaching for me, even when I lose control. Now I'm learning broken people still belong in holy places, somewhere between sin and grace. I stopped outside a roadside chapel as the storm rolled through the night. Its windows glow like heaven in the middle of the dark sky. An old preacher stood there singing to a room half full of pain, and every word felt heavy like thunder in my veins. He spoke about forgiveness for the weary and ashamed, and how mercy keeps pursuing those who almost lost their way. Then the choir started rising like a river through the rain, and something deep within me started breaking from the chains. All the fear I'd carried years started fading with the storm, like heaven reached into my darkness and pulled me toward the Lord. I'm somewhere between sin and grace, between the scars and the salvation, between my old life dying and a brand new restoration. I was drowning in the silence, trying hard to numb the ache, but mercy kept on finding me through every road I take. Now I know even the broken can be changed by heaven's grace, somewhere between sin and grace. Maybe God still walks beside us when we feel too far gone. Maybe grace shines brightest in the hearts barely hanging on. Maybe every storm I walked through, every wound and every scar was leading me toward mercy, exactly where you are. And maybe redemption starts the moment broken people pray, somewhere between sin and grace, somewhere between sin and grace. But I ain't who I was before. Now the chains that used to hold me don't control me anymore. Every road that nearly killed me led me to this holy place where heaven touched this broken soul, somewhere between sin and grace. The rain rolled off the highway as dawn broke through the haze, and somewhere in the silence I finally felt change.